Jamie. Yo. Yo. What's up, man? All right. All right. Is this working? Yes. Bonk, what's up? Hello. Martin, what's up, dude? Granite looks pretty sick, dude. 8 whole years? What do you mean? What do you mean, Majestic? Am I missing it? Did I miss something? I feel like I missed something. Did I not get your notification for Oh, no way. Dude, it does not show that. It does not show that on my little chat window. Thanks, Restream. Really getting it locked in for us. I think Pixel Chat TV went down, so I'm not getting captions. Or maybe I need to log in. Let's see. Is it? Let's see if that works now. Is it working? Yo, it's working. Cool. Cool. Okay. Yeah, for me, it was like, today I was like, I don't know what to stream today, but I'm going to stream anyways, and then I'll just figure it out. And I was like, okay, I'll open Audit and then look at that. I just got latest. I'm going to lower the music down. I just got latest on the project on plastic, so we can see how it looks on that end. No way, 10 years? Punk, dude, that's crazy. But also, it has been. Yeah, your username, I recall, for a very long time. Like, I don't remember when it wasn't a username that I remember. It looks like another world, dude. All right, let's take a yeah, because there's such a difference, right? Night vision. I wonder. Let me see if I can just mute my. I'll set myself to do not disturb on Discord. And I'll just move some stuff around here. Oh, you're working on the elevator sound? Yeah, I thought I heard a different sound when you get out of the elevator, which was pretty cool. I was like, no way, is that a thing? Is that how? What? One of the things I noticed was the door sound missing, and then also the or it's not missing, but it's still the temp sound, and then also the what is it called? Oh, the sound on the ground. Like, we don't have material audio, which I kind of wanted to dig into that, even though I have no idea how any of that works. Yeah, so if we're in here, and let me see if I think if I just turn desktop. Oh no, you're gonna hear me twice. Let me see if I can add. Because I don't think you guys can hear this. Let me see. Yeah, you guys don't hear any of the sound. Nice. Whoa, is that captions? Dude, that was freaking captions. That's awesome. Okay, you guys are not hearing any of that from what I can tell. So I need to... How am I going to do this? The display capture. Raggedy, what's up, dude? I wonder if I can just like in the audio mixer. Give me a second here. I'm just going to like audio sources, computer, browser, Discord. I'm going to add game capture, Unreal. Oh, well, add audio output capture. And then can I point it to, no, I can't. Do I really want to be debugging this right now? I think you guys would benefit from hearing the sound. So I'm just gonna, how am I gonna do this? Okay, I'm in this view. You will hear me twice if I do the desktop. So what I'm going to do is there we go. Okay, you guys can probably hear me on the desktop sound now. Let me know if you can't hear me. But then you should be able to hear this as well once it starts. Nope. Okay, that's not going to work. Sounds like you're speaking into a toilet. Okay, well, freaking. Okay, how? Okay. Oh, that's going to bug me. That's audio sources. Maybe I can display. No, that's not going to work either. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm just going to sit here debugging that for who knows how long to get that working. But I can't work on the freaking ground sound, and you guys can't enjoy hearing it work once it works. Okay, I'm just gonna fix it. I'm gonna sit here and fix it. So, just so you guys can see. How are you guys doing, by the way? How was your guys' weekend? Maybe I can start with that while I'm sitting here trying to make this work. Was your weekend good? Let's see if that, okay. I might have got it to work. Semi-cabin fever, recovering my knee for another week. Oh man, yeah, cabin fever is no joke, dude. Just dub in the sound effects. Okay, I got it. Okay, you guys should hear it. Happy noises, dude. Hell yeah. Okay, so you should hear me okay, and you should hear the game.
Employee 31612 was unable to complete the audit. Thank you for coming in, Employee 31646.
It's probably a bit quiet. I'll just turn it up a little bit. Yeah, so one thing I noticed, like, this button thing feels really big. I wonder if we just scale it in the blueprint, and then it'll feel, and then position it maybe on the frame, and then it'll feel better. Okay, that's loud. That's why you're working on it. That dude, that elevator's serious. Okay, so we do have sounds here. Ooh, I just barely got out of that before it shut on me. You notice too, if you get out of the elevator, or if you let it close, it sounds like it's moving. And then it cuts. Yeah, that's something we'll have to look at. Man, that's yeah, that's pretty loud though. So we don't have any footsteps here. Ooh, that ground. I wonder if that feels weird with the roughness of the little materials on the. Oh, nice. That's not the right position. I think I pasted those over, but I pasted them, not all of them, because some of those are in the right spot and some are not. But yeah, you can see the roughness difference between the damage and the concrete itself. Should probably be a little bit closer. And getting the footprint sounds, or the footsteps. Okay, I'm going to the ladder. Ugh. Dude, it's really loud for me. I think I was able to tone it down for you guys, but you have a new sound for the door? The elevator door or the wooden door? Elevator door. Uh-oh. Please. Please let me out. New bug. It's like, uh-oh. That's cool. Where am I? Yeah, so the thing I'm reacting to with the ground here, I'll just show you. These are like those subtle tweaks that I'm always like looking at or doing at work. You know, it's all these like little small things that I'm always trying to adjust or tweak. So if we open up this material, should call emergency services. Dude, that'd be so sick if that was a button. Let's see here. Yeah, so we have the damage, right? It's this damage one. So the roughness. So if we look at the roughness view. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. Yeah. It's like you want it kind of close, but also separating from the rest, right? What does the max look like? Uh-huh. And then this one. Okay, so we just leave the max alone. It's also getting broken up quite a bit because of the normal information. because like range wise, it feels pretty good to be kind of like this. But I think when you look, if we look at the normals, you can see the normal map is really strong. I wonder if, oh yeah, if you tone the strength of that down. This is really interesting, actually. Dude, this project's crazy. I'm really impressed with anyone who has wanted to stick it out this long and just kind of ride through it, because anyone who's on the project is learning so much when it comes to like just how you work together and communicate and planning stuff and thinking about the whole project. But yeah, it's really cool. So the thing I was going to mention is, we're always talking about roughness, right? And you have roughness of 1 and roughness of 0. And when you have that range, your it's either black or white, and all of the values between. And the more rough you make it, the higher you or closer you get to 1, the more diffused this what we call the specular lobe, this like highlight here. The broader that gets, or the smaller it gets. And to kind of put it simply, roughness is essentially creating, it's simulating a lot of different angles happening at a micro level on the surface that's changing the trajectory of the light vectors, like coming into your eyes, like if it was real life. But you have to remember is with normals, you're also changing light vectors, right? So if you have like really high frequency normal information, you're kind of doing what roughness is doing as well. So you can see like the roughness of these is pretty similar. They're close, but it still looks extremely rough in the roughness. But it's actually the normal that's doing that. So if we take like the detail normal intensity, and we lower it and just make it just enough, you can see that now it's closer to the roughness value, but it's not like if we make it 0, and then I guess normal intensity, if we made this 0 as well. I don't know if that's gonna, oh, it's my numpad not. We're getting information, but now the roughness is closer represented, like perceived to your eye. So I wonder if you were to just turn it up just a little bit, you get that breakup, and then we could like still diffuse it a bit, but it's not too dark. The other thing too is like in the albedo, it's quite a bit darker. I wonder if that's if that hurts us. So if you were to, oh, I don't know if that's, is it brightness? Yeah, it's the brightness. So you could lower it a bit, but like just not have it there as much. Let's see. See, now I feel like now you're getting a little bit more of a natural break in the surface versus an extreme. I'm looking at like this highlight here, like how, let's see if we can find another. There are no other highlights like that. That's kind of funny. It's just that light because it's the brightest. Like whatever is this light, wherever that light's coming from, that light's bright enough that I'm seeing all the roughness that's there. What is that light? I wish I could select it easily instead of having to dig through all of the layers or the levels here. Nader, what's up? But you can see like we're definitely getting a little bit, maybe a little bit better of a response from the differences between these, or like more natural. Like it doesn't feel as jarring as it was before. Like before it was like you can see how much like that's not changing the roughness at all, but the normal intensity of the detail normal. But you still want some variation in there. That's interesting. Um, is this? Yeah, it's set to mask. Cool. Yeah, so I was just kind of looking at like these types of things. Like puddles are funny too because like this is basically because it's black, it's basically diamond in the roughness value, but like there's no other way for you to get those types of reflections. You have to like make the water diamond. Rigging and animating. Oh, dude, I kind of want to dive into that and just kind of at least get like a base understanding of it because I actually don't know much about rigging and animating. I did a little bit on the alien egg a while back, but yeah, didn't really go that crazy with it. So this is, I wonder if so set to 5. Wonder if you can go. That feels more natural. Is it so now it's 10? Before it was 5, and the scale just ends up feeling a little strange. Yeah, this is a good view here. So that's at 5. It's 10. I don't even know if that comes through on the stream. 0.25, 0.2. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so those types of details I'm always kind of looking at, and then the material audio. How does that work? Pablo, what's up, dude? Oh yeah, I can. You can't really see this in the current lighting. I wonder if we need to like reposition that. But this prop is dope. This is the ticket machine. Set dressing garage. I keep forgetting that I can just type in garage here, and then I can just see. Make it much easier. Let's just paste that. We'll just bring that over here. I think the only thing that needs adjusting is maybe the detail normal on it. You can see the wobbliness that's on there. But dude, this prop's awesome. Yeah, I wonder. Okay, so I'll go at this angle and we can look at the detail normal. Yeah, so detail normal is not tiling very much. You can see it there. It's pretty micro now. I almost wonder if you need it. I mean, 0. So it looks like you might not need it because Max put in detail normal into the bake, which leads me to believe that this texture is really high res. Yeah, it's 4K. So downscale 512. No, that's. Am I reading that right? No. Where is that option at? Max resolution. There it goes. So now the albedo is at 512. 1024. Little soft in the. $2048. Yeah. Yeah, so we can downres this stuff and maybe not notice it. Where is that at? Maximum. And you can see that maximum texture in the compression. So if we set this to like 2048, the resolution definitely goes down. But like even with that, dude, there's so much information like in the roughness and stuff. Like look at that. There's so much character. AK deal. Yes. And I think you can get away with lowering these and not really noticing. Like we would know, right? But Yeah, you can see. So now that I've down res the normal to a 2K, it's effectively gone down 4 times in resolution. There's still quite a bit of information that's happening, like in the roughness, right? But then we could then also turn on the detail normal, and then tile it, and maybe switch it for like, I don't know, paint. Do we have a detail normal? Metal detail normal, painted cinder block, painted garage, duct metal. I wonder if metal would work. Maybe. We just do one on this and crank this up. Yeah, so this is what that normal looks like. Let's do maybe like 4, and then just have the strength quite low. It's just enough to keep the resolution, and you can see we're effectively cutting the cost of the maps by quite a bit. I'm gonna save this. And the nice thing about bringing textures in like this into the project, what failed to save? Skip saving this asset only. What? Is it checked out? Huh. It's just gonna go no on me. Okay, I'll hit continue. Asset failed to save. I do this. Is this one gonna check out? No, I can't do the texture either. Error. U asset. TMP. Error saving. Weird. Okay. How would I resolve that? Let me just kill it. I won't save any of that. It's also the floor and all that stuff. I won't save that. You can see as well in here I'm getting these little flags. Maybe I just need to undo. Let's do that. And then go back and start the project back up. Physical material audio, but I think it's based on material, the basic in-engine stuff. Yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna look at the one in the garage just so I can understand it. Okay, let's see if we can get that ticket machine. I'm gonna hit save on all these, which allows me to check them out, and let's see if I can check it out. It's not letting me check them out. Why? Failed to save. I wonder if I need to. It says they're checked out here, but they're not. They're not in Classic, which is extra creepy. View changes. Yeah, there they are. Revert files. Dude, what? Oh, that's so confusing. What's up, wizard? Okay, I'm gonna try closing this again. I'm gonna refresh, update workspace, open project. Have you ran into that at all? Anyone? dealing with source control and Unreal. That's kind of a weird one. Dude, Unreal, every time I open Unreal, it mutes my mic. It's super weird. I'm checking. Yeah, dude, it's still doing it. Date modified. It's getting these little red exclamation marks on it. Date modified, main, change list. I don't know much about lore, Jamie. I think it could be cool because it's using get, right? And they have some level of a source control, or not a source control, like a checking out and checking in, so you can block people from. Man, this is weird. Revert files. I can't modify anything. Why would that be? Dude, I'm running into all types of stuff this time. This stream's going to be interesting. But okay, while I'm processing that, I'm going to go to the floor thing and understand this physical material thing. Troubleshooting 13. I went to the library today. I was looking at the bookstore, and was looking at art books. And I went to the film section, and there's the Mickey 17, like making of book. I almost grabbed it. I don't like how they wrap them up, so you can't open them to see if it's worth, like if it shows the stuff you want to look at, you know? Like sometimes art books are just not that good, and sometimes they're packed with information. Yeah, so it's kind of, I don't want to spend the money on it if I don't know what's in it. You know what I mean? I guess I could go online probably and look. Garage. Okay, so if we go here, we have the garage floor. And then I guess this is me entirely guessing. I'm going to go to the material layer standard. Or not even that, actually. It'd be this one, right? Be this material. So details. Physical material. Rubber, vehicle, break room, garage, elevator floor, garage floor, concrete. Can't save this probably. No, of course not. Wait, can I even test it then? Oh, it is working. Here. Computer. Computer.
For coming in, employee 31646.
So it is working now. Okay, so that is really straightforward. I guess the next thing I am in my head is like, what is a PM physical material file? Is that just PM? Oh, I guess I can just do this, right? Okay, so it's physical material. If I just right click and I go audio, source, wave. I wonder if I just go here. How are these being made? Material, maybe? Material. Advanced layers. They inform the physics engine too. Oh, really? So it's here in physics. Okay. Weird. Okay, so if this one gets made, let's say I'm going to open up the concrete one. So if I double click this, what the heck is this stuff? It's got friction values, density, restitution. It's simple. I mean, it's simple and it's just simple physics. Dude, I did not do well in school in that category. Just FYI. Or bounciness of the surface between 0, no bounce, and 1, including velocity in the same as incoming. And then there's surface type. Now the surface type, is that being built at the project level? These. You can have up to 62 custom surface types for your project. That's a lot. You probably don't need nearly that much. Once you name each type, then it'll show up as a surface type in the physical property. Now, is that so that you can do like a general, you can generally control by surface type? I assume that's what that is. Night vision, this is how you realize that you know more than me on this stuff. Alexander, no, I have not. I've watched them, but I don't have time for that, sadly. That guy's cool. I remember when he started YouTube. Documentation should tell everything. Man, you'd hope so. It's not always the case, but physics. Concrete instead of garage concrete. Yeah, you'd probably want to just keep them broader, right? So like concrete, marble. Do we break stuff if we start renaming these, or do they auto update in the other? I mean, I can't check out anything anyway, so I'm going to do this and we're going to see. It just, yeah. Yeah, so you would want carpet, asphalt with T, vinyl, floor, vinyl tiles maybe. But DEF CON knows best. Yeah. Yeah, because I wonder if your where else these are being referenced. Because right now, as far as I can see, they're only being used in for physical material, which is being applied to this, and then you can apply a sound. How are you assigning the sound? You know what I mean? So we've got garage floor, which probably would just need to be renamed to concrete. Or maybe this is garage floor. And then we just set the surface type to concrete. Strength. Advanced, yeah. Because like once you've set this to like how is the audio being connected to this? Do you know what I mean? Is that that wouldn't be in the player blueprint, would it? This is interesting. I'm kind of reverse engineering this stuff to understand it. Reference viewer. Cool. Nice. This is what you were talking about, right? I would assume I should see stuff here, but I don't. I mean, I could go to you only worked with PM and UDK? Dude, UDK, man, bringing it back. Garage, elevator. If I do a reference on this, view reference. Am I garage? Am I garage? Am I garage? Let me see here. Garage floor. Alt Shift R. Oh, here we go. Being used on 2 assets. The maps coming in for it. Material functions. Standard. 8 collapsible nodes. Okay. There it was straightforward though. Yeah, because I want to know where those footsteps. Let's see here. Sound, 3D sound, electrical box, ambient, door feedback, speaker steps, physical materials, step sounds, concrete floor. Oh, so all of these are different and then they're being turned into this sound cue. Okay, sound cue. Yeah, is randomizing between all of those sounds. I'm like figuring this out just by like digging around. Okay, so sound cue. How do you make one of those? You just right click sound cue. Yeah, there it is. And then it's just a graph that plays random, volume multiplier, pitch, restart, attenuation, priority. Oh, interesting. I guess this is sound priority if there's other things happening all at once, or there's not enough room to load it all, that this one gets prioritized over something else. But this sound cue, where are you, sound cue? Aha, it is in here. So they're being assigned in here to the blueprint. Browse to asset. First person blueprint. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, oh, pal. I'm going to see if I can just search cue. Nope. Sound. Nope. Where are we at here? Player event, BPI, keypad, footsteps, timeline. Try footsteps. Footsteps alpha. What? Okay, this is all miscellaneous. This is debug. It must be this. I don't know what that is. Update player location, try footstep. Target is blueprint. Yeah. Try footstep. Try footstep. Where are you? Event graph. Here we go. Get actor. Capsule. Trace footsteps. Sphere trace by channel. Branch. Get surface type. There it is. Surface type. Then the sound. Whoa. Okay. Interesting. So for every material, so if I renamed them, right? In here, I'm going to have to rename these. How do you do that? Oh. Garage floor, concrete. So it might be better to not rename them. Just because it's already been set up. Location. Yeah, so we're doing a trace of each step. Man, this stuff gets alien to me pretty quick, but I was able to kind of find where it's at. Maybe in the manager folder. Enum list, like VFX and such. Where is that? So we go content, audit. Oh, you can't see any of this. Hang on. Whoop. Gameplay managers. Gameplay. Blueprints. Gameplay. Managers. Manager sound. Enum. Whoa. Event manager. Play VO. So this is all VO stuff. This is speaker stuff. Wow. Sound effects. Yeah, it's not in there. That's interesting, right? I'm trying to figure out where these are being derived from. Because you see it says default. So I'm pretty sure this list is directly pulled from the projects physics. Remember, I was renaming those ones just to see. Material. I'm like, what was I searching? It's close. It's close by. Physical. Yeah, so these ones. So the first one's default and then concrete, asphalt. And so you can see these ones have been. So I wonder if I look up switch on EP physical surface. Yeah, see they've been renamed. So this is coming from, yeah, seeing there's vinyl tiles now too. Selection default, get surface type. So it'll set this surface type based off the trace. And then it'll switch based on like what it's tracing off of the physics material. And that physics material, the sound is being linked here. So that's how you would get it. So you make a material for the floor, you apply a physical material to it. That physical material has a sound file associated to it, but not directly onto the physical material. It's the physical material is applied to the project's physical material list. So let's say the concrete in the garage is then applied to the surface type concrete. And then in the blueprint, which is how the character is moving, like the player character blueprint anyways, is how you're getting this trace information. As you move around, it does a raycast per footstep. It raycasts onto the ground material or onto the object's material that's below you. Then that object material says, hey, this is the physical material that's assigned to it. That physical material says, I am concrete. And then the blueprint goes, oh, okay, it's concrete. Play this sound. And it plays it at your location. So it sounds exactly, at least that's what I'm understanding with this on hit location. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, that's kind of, it's like, why would this list be tied to the project? I guess because there's a reason that you need 62 of these max. It's probably because it's tied to the physics is why it's so complex. Like what was being said earlier. If I refresh the node. Oh, you mean if you just refresh node? Ah, look at that. Okay, cool. Nice. Of course, I can't save any of this because for some reason I can't save anything. It's really weird. I wonder if I need to update my plastic. But yeah, so I learned something. Hopefully you guys learned something too. That's a really weird way of this all working. Did it make sense how I was explaining it? Because I just learned it myself, right? What I don't understand is why is the, if we go gameplay, this one, first person character blueprint, like everything is happening in here. So we're doing like the trace footsteps. So they call it the footstep timeline. And then that all is happening in there. Try footstep. And then you've got all types of, like, this is the camera jumping debug, I'm assuming. Mouse sensitivity, mouse invert. Yeah, it's like teleporting. Oh, really, Majestic? That's so funny. So you spend most of your time deep in the guts of the engine, and you only open the editor when your colleagues request a feature or something. What are you using to be deep in the guts of the engine? Because this is, in my head, this is kind of where I'm starting to go. Like, I know how to make art, and all that would happen now is me making the art better and getting better at making the art. Like, just, okay, this thing could look more real, or how do I do it stylized? And so it's like I have this itch to go further than that now, and I'm not necessarily as interested in pushing the visual because I understand how that works. And of course, I could just get better at art, but I'm kind of like interested and intrigued by the idea of making it more interactive. So one of the nice extra things I'm getting from everyone working on this project is I can kind of dig through this stuff and just make sense of it. You're a graphics programmer, so very low level programming stuff in the engine. Ah, interesting. I mean, that's cool. You're deep in it when you can start saying low level versus not low level. Because for me, I'm just like programming. that's that's the whole thing, programming. But yeah, okay. Man, why the heck can I save anything or check anything out? That is super frustrating. But this is all making a bit more sense now. I want to know why. So we have this. What is this? Timeline node. And then if you go into footstep alpha, execute try footstep. I'm like, is that, so that's here. That's just a function. So try footstep was made, and then you go into the function, and then this was made. What is this thing? Events, dispatches, local. Oh, how many of you guys saw the talk on Thursday about the layered materials? There was some really interesting information in there that I didn't know about and was like, oh, dude, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. It'll get reposted on YouTube as well. And like, I'll just cut out all the extra fluff around it and just make it the talk itself, and the Q&A at the end. But it's like almost 2 hours of just talking about layered materials and their benefits, comparing them to non-layered materials and all of that stuff by like a staff level material artist. It's pretty wild. I was like, what the hell? Yeah. Let me see if I can materials. Yeah, because if I go into, like, if we go back to this object. Oh man. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go to the props level. Yeah, turning that talk was crazy. Parking garage, right? Yeah. Here it is. Here it is. So we were in the midst of trying to lower the resolution of all the stuff on this, while still making it look good. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe you guys know this. We're just kind of going through the audit thing, and then I'm just unraveling stuff and going down rabbit holes. It's kind of fun, actually. Um, so when we make a material, right? So we have our material, and let me go to this one. So we have all these materials here, and fire alarm A, for example. If I open it, you can see that the parent is set to layered. So that's like the master material that it's instanced off of, right? Is there an issue where the parent is from another material instance instead of the master material? Like, do you end up paying for this to instance this, if that makes sense? Yeah, Majestic, I think you're right. Yeah, the timeline is so that you can space the triggering of the trace at a certain rate, right? And I guess when you sprint, we need to change that timeline to be faster. So there's probably some logic that's in the blueprint for that. I'm like, where did that go? This one, the first person character. Because now I'm curious. I'm curious again. Let's see. Yeah, so this footstep alpha. You open this. There's a point here. And then it goes to 0. So I guess this is the time. And then every time this hits, it goes and it tries to do this. Tries to do a trace. Yeah. Yeah, Martin, do you see what I was highlighting? So if you made if you find this one, right? We go here. We're like master material layered. You right click on that. You create a material instance. But how this one was made was we right clicked I think Max right clicked the fire alarm material instance. Like you saw it here and just right clicked and created a material instance. And so now the parent is that material instance. And that material instance is referencing master material layered as its parent. Foozle, what's up? Staying awake. Uh, it's not necessarily weird because I think it's all doing the same thing. But the problem I have with it is like if I go, I guess my question is when you look at the car park prop, if I right click on this and I look at the reference viewer, it's using that material instance, right? But if I go to this one, you can see it's also referencing this, which means this has to reference this. See, there's 3 objects that are using it. So we have the fire alarm, which is right. And then we have the access switch and the car park ticket machine. And then all of those go to this one. Oh, you finished your book. Nice. Could get messy if a parent gets changed. Yeah, so what I'm wondering is if you have a material instance, should we see if I go find parent, it finds a fire alarm. If the fire alarm master mat changes. So the fire alarm master mat is the same master mat that they should be using on the car park ticket thing anyways. Right? So it all ends up pointing there anyways, but I wonder like if that's is this an issue from like a technical? Yeah, you would change it, Martin. Yeah, I feel like I would too. Question is do things blow up when that happens? So we have the material here for this. And if you were to go here and type in layered as the parent, it shouldn't change anything. Yeah, it should be the exact same. Should look fine. Interesting. Man, I'm going to write that down because I don't know. That's what I mean, Majestic. I wonder, is it actually pulling in those textures from that other material instance? Or is that just like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like with these, when you have like default textures, these get pulled in, right? So these should actually be quite low res and should probably be the default textures that you use on everything are always loaded up. Yeah, because this is a hard reference, but I guess the parents is a hard reference as well, which is why you get instancing, right? The benefits of it. If it's always the same parent, then the instance doesn't matter, where you're benefiting from the instance rather. Man, that's it kind of makes you wonder why they let you right click on a material instance and create a material instance off a material instance. Or if you do, it should just point to the parent. What is a hard reference? So a hard reference, so for example, you have this material layer standard, right? And I'll just, where is it? What? Lily, what's up? How you doing? So if I open the material layer standard, these textures that are in here, right? These textures are assigned and in the shader by default. You will then turn them on and then swap them to something else. But because they're in the shader from default, they will always get loaded. You know what I mean? So they end up becoming a cost that you will have to pay to some degree. And that's when it's like, okay, what's the resolution of this thing? If I open this texture up, it's 2K. So should this be should this be smaller? Probably. And this is kind of like where all that, you can make them super low res by comparison for sure. Like if we type in max, you could probably make this so like we're looking at this and you could go just like, I don't know, 512, 256. Let's see. See how rough that looks. So you can see the size difference. Well, I guess we can't really see the size difference because this is all. So if you made this 100%, what? Yeah, that's 256 at 100%. And this is 2K at 100%. Yeah, it's crazy. No, turning, I agree with you. Like, if this project was like a full on like multi-level setup and you're reusing shaders like across like a 10-hour playing experience, these are things to be thinking about. But it's nice that we're talking about it because it's also confirmation to me on some things that I like assume, right? Um, but like even just in this stream so far, like this is probably one of the drier streams we've had. But getting into the dirt of like how stuff is working and the idea of hard references is super interesting, or really important to know. I don't know about interesting, but it's good to know that stuff. Um, and like for me, thinking about the footprints happening through like the first person character blueprint, to me, instinctively I was like, oh, it must be in there because all of the interactions that you're doing in game are happening from the character that you're running around with, and all of that logic is happening inside that blueprint. So the audio must be there, or something that's telling the audio what to be, what sound to play. So I guess once you start to have a decent understanding of some things, even when you don't understand the thing you're looking at, you can start to make these educated guesses or assumptions that lead you to the to the answer. But then I have this one, this idea of the parented master material on material instances. If you're if that material is pulling in really high res textures that are hard reference because they're built in the master material, they get loaded. So you want those textures to be lower res, just naturally. But then it also brings in the question of like, I don't know if it does, but I assume it does, or it's best to assume that it does. That if the parent is another material instance, the textures that are overridden in that shader for that material instance are now also hard coded. That I don't know if is the case or not, but I am curious. Oh yeah, Martin. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if like, because of course we could go in and like type in the max, but that won't change the size that's on disk, right? It'll change what you bake down when you build it. Martin snitching. I mean, we all we all know because it doesn't really. Is it just forcing a certain MIP, or maybe Martin saying no to the snitching part? Snitches get stitches, man. Because I wonder, max in game, like if you're setting this, so this is a 2K texture, right? But if you're setting this to 256, you can see now it's displayed and max in game is 256. But as far as like the source control, wherever you're storing all of your textures, the texture would still be 2K. But when you bake the game as a build, you build it, right? I think it gets rid of this one, and you only are delivering the max in-game displayed resolution. A big assumption is what I'm putting on that currently, because this is a good way to just like you get to keep your source in a way, right, stored here in the project if you need to, and then you can down res everything, which will save on the build being smaller, right? So if we close all this, I wonder what's the there is a way, is it audit? Like actual audit? Hang on here. Materials, props. Yeah, so if we scroll around in here, static mesh. So we've got like this prop. Dude, this computer, by the way, is cool. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's pretty rad. Where is it at? These ones. They have awesome screen textures that are all set up with their emissives correctly. Like I should probably want to apply a light to those. Oops. And then I think we have the flipbook shader set up in here now. We just need to swap them out. But yeah, so if you go here, audit assets. This is not the window I was thinking it was going to be. Can you right click and audit this? Reference viewer, audit assets. Oh, buddy. Here we go. Asset type. Map. Texture. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Texture group. So you can do something like textures in the props texture group have a max res of 512. Ooh. Is that, are you setting that in the, I wonder if that's following the same format as the physical materials. So, you know how we have these? Do we have like, you said texture group? Default sprite texture group. Where is that set up, Majestic? Yeah, because I guess if you go to the fire extinguisher normal texture group, you have all of these, right? Project group, texture group, world. Project. I would assume it would just be in here as texture group. No. And it wasn't group. You always set it up in INI files. Of course you do. Of course you do. Details panel assigning a preset like world or character. You can customize these global group and limit your blah, blah, blah. I'm on Epic's forum page. You guys are getting a little bit of an insight into just how I dig around and learn things and discover stuff. Texture format support settings. There's probably the INI file that you're referring to, Majestic. My project does not have default device profiles, engines, texture profiles, the LOD bias of the world texture group. Not helping. How to use texture groups. Yeah, this stuff's very interesting. I don't know if you guys find this intriguing, but yeah, this is like a whole category. So you can do preset settings. So like, I guess what Majestic is saying, if you want all of your props to have a maximum, like you could say prop normal map as a texture group. And whenever you click that, if the prop normal map setting is saying no more than 512, then no matter what, it'll always drop it down, is my assumption, what you're saying, Majestic. But see, now I want to know. Texture groups in Unreal Engine. More rabbit holes, dude. Yeah. Yeah, so it's in your default device profiles INI setup. That's kind of annoying how to get to that though. Not gonna lie. Let me see if I can search it. Because you're saying, is that the right INI file? Default device profiles.ini. You've pushed the elevator changes. You want to reload plastic? Dude, let's go. What? Is this my problem? Dude, do I have two Unreals open? I think that's why I couldn't check anything out. let's see. This is the problem when I open up a plastic one and then a Git version, and then I'm not sure if one's plastic, if one's Git, or if they're both plastic. Yeah, if one Unreal is good, two definitely is better, for sure. The logic is sound. Yeah, device profile INI files per platform makes total sense, because then you can be like, oh, we never want textures to, like, you have different caps or settings, because I guess you can define your settings that way as well, right? Oh, interesting, Night Vision. Let's see. Maybe we can go in there and look. Yeah, maybe we can look around. How are you doing, Magma? Dude, this is, there we go. I was like, that is some serious load time. Oh yeah, I scaled the UI as well, because my screen being 4K, all the stuff is really small, and then you guys have said that you can't read things sometimes. Is it easier to read the stuff? First, I want to see if I can check something out. Nice. Okay, I can check things out. Cool. Okay, close this, play.
Employee 31612 was unable to complete the audit.
Oh yeah, that volume's way better.
Employee
Wait. Oh, can I not open it again? Dude, that's hilarious. Game over. It's like, you failed. Seems we need to din-proof it. Dude, I'm the perfect playtest.
Employee 31612 was unable.
Right, so we don't hear. Okay, yeah. Whoa, I got taller.
Welcome to Site Aegis. All personnel must clock in at the reception desk at the start of their shift.
Yeah, this all sounds better now, though. Oh, does the hand show up now? Oh my god, it does, dude. Wild. Dude, that's so crazy.
Clipboards are required while making audits inside the facility.
Oh, nice.
Unused
We have like a...
clipboards can be found
That looks
in the
safe.
designated break room area.
Dude, I love the sound effect that you have at the end of the prompt, the voiceover. So there's the sound at the beginning, and then there's the sound like at the end. That's really nice. Dude, cool. Oh, snap. Okay. The thing I wanted to check, the elevator. Elevator. So we go in here, right? We open up the blueprint for the elevator. Looks horrifying. Event graph. Event tick. Set. Button up. Button down. Interact. Begin. Delay. Hide UI. Where's the... So here's the sound effects sound manager. That doesn't tell me much. Elevator moving sound. Right, so there's... Maybe it's just not here. There is no sound. So it's probably... It probably actually needs to be injected right here before the elevator moving. It's in the billboard or something. It's spawned. The button. What? Destination reached. Blueprint elevator begin. Box overlap. I mean, it's kind of weird. So it's inside somewhere. And we're like, but where? Door closed. Elevator is moving. Set. Door closed. Boolean. Open the node in the begin play. In the begin play. I don't know what you mean. Interact begin. This one? Interact with doors. Elevator button, change the delay. Get game instance. Sound manager. Play sound, elevator moving. Sound to spawn. So what we should be seeing is a sound to spawn button press, no? Look at the top, should be a event begin play, and there's a node attached that spawns the button. I don't understand. Inside the event graph. Oh. Event begin play, this one. Spawn attached inside buttons. Here's billboard up. Default set button up. This looks like what you're looking for. Here's the billboard. Down. I don't understand why it's called billboard. But spawn elevator button. Button down, button down, button down. Dude. You see that? So what I mean is it probably goes in here, but there isn't a setup for it yet. Do you know what I mean? So like if we go, like I don't know if like the sound is in the manager. I don't even know how you read this thing. Let me look this. Let me see if I can look this up. Sound manager. Sound? No. Manager? Oh, there we go. Sound. Blueprint manager sound. So this is everything that's in the sound manager, I assume. And then you would probably need to add. You recall it making a noise inside? I don't think it ever has. S manager play sound. Man, I need to understand this stuff. It's so interesting, but it's like a brain melter. Because it can be set up in so many different ways as well. That's for another day. Yeah. I'm assuming it hasn't been set up. And so you would have to go and add the sound to the manager and then call the manager in here and tell it what sound. And then add it to the chain of triggers. Or of executions, rather. Oh, yeah, another thing I wanted to look at. Elevator. So you can see there's a mask in here, but it's kind of low res. And I know that, what time are we at? It's 9:43. If I go to the, let's just go to the props level. There should be a way to add a detail mask that upreses a low res mask. Dude, the elevator change you made is great. Night vision. Nice job, man. Oh, no, that's not what I want. I want the wood material. There we go. Okay, so there are scratches, and then there's dirt. I don't know why it's called dirt too, but you know. So this dirt layer that's coming in, you can see it there. If we go into color only. You can see the dirt. So if we go in here, there is a mask, MLB, like a material layer blend mask setting that we're using, or like mask preset, like a blend asset. And then it gives you all these options, right? So if we open all these up, you can give it a mask, but then there's a detail mask. If you turn this on, you get a detail mask option here. And then I'm going to just see if I can find like a noise. Like this one. Yeah, this one will work. It is working. Okay. So let's say maybe use like the blue channel. And then detail mask strength. So it's putting the mask edge contrast so we can soften it. But does not look like you can control the tiling of it, no? Detail mask tiling, it's right here. Right, so you can see we can tile that mask inside of the existing mask to try and create some detail. So if I like increase the contrast of that and then move the range where it can occur, I should be able to get higher detail. You just turn that back up. The thing is like, is it really black now? Yeah, it is. So then, how is that mask being used? Because it should just be giving you this color, not multiplying it at all. But it looks like it's, oh, when you brighten. Oh, interesting. We can see how we can derive more information. Like if this mask wasn't like noise and was more like micro dust. Like right now, what we're using is like this. Wonder if you can use this one. Yeah, you can see how like the resolution of the mask, we're like adding more information inside of it. Now it ends up looking more detailed. And this type of mask requires that you are able to what's the word for that? That it has gray information to work with, which is why it's not going to work everywhere. If we switch to this, and I'll just make this like really dark so we can see. Jamie, have a good one, man. Have a good evening. Thanks for hanging out. But yeah, I think you can do some pretty cool stuff with this if we have the right noise. High frequency noise. Probably not going to be good. Like this one. Yeah, this turns it into some weird Veranoi looking. But yeah, I think that could be pretty useful. We could use that for breaking up our masks so they don't look so low res. Like for example, I think we have a table that's, dude, I'm not. What's up, man? Good to see you. Like this one, you can see the resolution of this mask is super low. And then you lose like all the fidelity on the edge there. I wonder if, so paint, use detail mask noise. Yup. Yep. And then you can see the edge is now, oh, hey, Madu. We just need to tile this mask more. So we tile this up high enough, you can see now we're getting information on the edge there. Instead of it being really low res, like if we turn the detail mask off. You can start to kind of get something a little bit more detailed. So if we like tile this low enough and then we lower the contrast of it, and you can see now we're getting a little bit more information there. Just that's super powerful. The other thing that's really cool is because of this type of masking, you could technically go into this mask. And you can see it's a 512. We could lower it quite a bit, which would actually introduce more gray value, which gives the mask information more to play with. So you can see this is 128 for the mask. I must have a very good computer. I have a pretty good one. But why do you say that? Oh, you've been playing Marathon lately. Ah, cool. Yeah, see if we tile this up. You can see now all that detail is because there's more gradient to play with, right? And then you can just take the contrast and push that up and down. So if we do that, then you can derive where that's at. And then you can also, I think you can, yeah, you can push it back and forth. So if you wanted to expand it, you could. But yeah, this does a lot, I think, for when you're trying to break stuff up, but keep the texture resolution low. If we just default this back, you can see how all that little extra information you're getting on the edge is super nice. And it's the same with this dirt stuff here, right? So if I'll just go down here and I'll grab this one. It's like water noise. That's funny. The dirt, is it this one? Yeah. So we can take the dirt and then in the blend, turn on the detail mask and then blend mask, the noise on there, contrast, tile. That's not doing anything. That's kind of weird. Oh, there it is. Oh, maybe the mask tiling needs to be like stupid high. There might just not be enough information to play with in this. Oh, I'm looking at the no. Oh, this is right. Yeah, because this is the red channel. And yeah. Huh. I mean, maybe the contrast is too high. Oh, yeah, yeah. There it is. Yeah, and we're tiling it like crazy, so you can just bring that down. Then turn the contrast up. That's super interesting. Then maybe the dirt value. Roughness. There it is. And then contrast. Tiling. Man, this is a weird example because the texture that I'm using into the blend mask doesn't really, it's not really good for this example. And then there's a lot of information in the mask itself already versus like if you were to just lower the resolution of it, it might actually help you more. Yeah, because see, now you're getting gradients, which allows you to just get the dirt in there. And so now we can just bring a dirty edge to the base. It's interesting. Anyways, yeah. It's 9:54. No, so you were asking like, or you were saying I must have a very good computer. I have a pretty good computer, but I think I'm approaching needing a new one. It's starting to struggle in some regards, or like being really unstable. Like maybe a reformat would do the trick. I don't know. But yeah, I think I have game dev in the game dev codex. There's a thing in here for variation masks. Yeah, this one. So this is the same thing. And this shows you how to set it up in your node structure. But you can see like the resolution difference between these two. Like this is a 2K and this is also 2K, but with the variation mask. But when you see this one I brought it down to 64. And then with the variation mask, and they look almost no different. So you don't necessarily need a really high res mask for this type of stuff, which maybe means you could use like a mesh painting texture or like some other generic noise that's applied. Yeah, here's the other example. You can see where there's gradient information is where you can actually push stuff around, but when there's no gradients, there's nothing for the mask to grab onto to contrast. Whereas with this one, just by lowering the resolution of the texture, introduces gradients, which leads to that kind of variation. And you're spending far less. Instead of a 1024, it's 64. But yeah, I'll drop that in the chat here. Anyways, cool. Well, I hope all the stuff I was kind of rabbit holing into was interesting or enlightened you in some way. I know I learned some stuff about physical materials and how sound's applied to stuff. I think we've got a few minutes. I'm going to see if I can find the flipbook shader. So we have this one, and we have a computer screen D. I'm just going to duplicate this and call it computer screen flipbook A. We'll go to this. Let's see if I can find it. Oop. Flipbook in audit, maybe. There we go. Material layer flipbook. Okay. So this goes here. And then I'm going to apply this emissive. What is base color? Oh, I see. Detail normal, default. Detail normal needs to be 0 strength. We don't need detail normals on the screen. Emissive. Oh, yeah. And then there's also... I think you said, Pablo, that you added the flipbook texture. Unless I read that wrong. Maybe you haven't. Must be in the drive. Okay. Office. And then computer. Right? And then flipbook. I found it. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Oh, where did I bring that into? Yikes. Hang on here. Props. Move here. Okay. Flip. Okay, so this flipbook texture should be able to go into both of these. And then ORM. I guess the original material probably has that. Yes. ORM. Normal. Yeah, and see this normal is probably pretty flat, right? So it's 512. You could probably just, we probably wouldn't even use that normal. We'd probably go with like a flat normal input. That's just nothing. What's the res of this thing? Yeah, see this one's 16 by 16. So you're saving on your memory. But okay, so this one's the flipbook. Flat. Normal. Yeah. Double check. Yeah, 16. Cool. Okay. And then let's see how this works. So if I save this, come on, I believe. And then I'm just gonna dupe these. I have these two monitors. And then I go to the flipbook. This one. Should be able to go here and apply. And apply. Yeah, so it looks like, what are you animating through your frames? Just scanline? Because what you could do is have the text changing, or like the login screen with the little dot for like enter your text here, and you have the little blinking line. It can be that type of stuff, or like different images altogether. If you wanted to do security cameras, you can fake it that way as well. But I think there should be something to tweak. I don't know how you control the speed of it. Is it in custom primitive data maybe? No, it is not. Tiling, offset, UV, input maps, color tint, roughness, detail normal, emissive brightness. You can see it's working now. But I don't know how we control the speed. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's exposed anywhere. Oh my, I'm looking at the wrong freaking, hang on here. Number of rows. I was looking at the wrong shader. Thank you, Jamie. I thought you left. Right, so now I can do, so we can also change the number of rows and columns, which is really cool. Scaling parameter for speed. Nice. Dude, Jamie, I bet it would be good if the speed of this was a custom primitive data, but the default of that, it wouldn't work if it needed a default. Basically, you want to be able to offset it. So maybe like the position of the object that has that shader is offset so that the screens switch at different times. Bumby, dude, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, see, we're cooking with fire now. Dude, hell yeah. And then the emissive brightness. But yeah, see, you could have frames where we have this switch like every couple of seconds it switches. And then we could have like this window here and then not there, or like another window up. And then if we can change the timing of them to be offset, you could keep the speed but offset them so that you can have the same monitor next to another one and they just show different images at different timings, so they just don't look duped. But dude, this is super useful. This is going to be really cool. And if you only do like switching between two frames, or you want to do like 3x3, it looks like we can just do that in the shader. We can just change the column count. Really cool. Dude, rad. Radicals. Okay. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Fuzel's reminding me what time it is. Oh, man. Dude, wild. Nice. Yeah, that was cool. There's a lot of different things we just talked about. Holy cow. It's cool, though. Get this. Oh, I got music in my ears. There we go. Was lurking today. True guy. What's up, man? Yeah, project's getting kind of crazy. Okay. I'm going to get out of here. But thank you guys for hanging out while we dabbled and went down some rabbit holes. I will see you guys on Thursday. Pay attention for some events to be announced, I think tomorrow. And then, yeah, we'll talk to you then. Bye, guys.